All right, so I guess we're just waiting a minute away. There's no way that I have.
All right, here we go. Good morning. Good morning. Happy New Year to everyone. Welcome back. It's been a couple of weeks since we last spoke, so we're going to be jumping right in, creating tons of value this year. There's a lot of things that I'm going to be rolling out. I'm really super excited about year number 2 for MIT Millionaires in Training. And today and the rest of this month, we're going to be talking about database mastery and continuing to move in that direction. I just want to make sure that you guys can hear me okay. Some reason my system is not identifying my mic. Can you guys give me a thumbs up that you guys can hear me okay?
We can hear you. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. All right, so let's go ahead and get started. We are talking about database mastery. Why is this source important? It's absolutely important because this is the source. When I double, triple, and even quadruple agents' income, it almost always starts from this particular source. And the reason I choose this source is because this is the source that every single agent has access to. Now, I can't do that, with other sources. In other words, if I'm coaching, my video's going weird. Hold on. Anyways, let me stop messing with that. I can't do that with the other sources. In other words, when I'm coaching client A and we're talking about for sale by owners, when I work with client B, they might be like, I don't want to go after for sale by owners, coach. I really appreciate that, but that's just not a source that I want to go after. The database mastery is something that every 100% of the agents have access to. Even the agents that are just getting started, brand spanking new in the business, you just got your license yesterday. This is one of the best and strongest sources to go after. Now, one of the things that I've identified as a coach is that there's one of two different types of agents. Okay, one of two different types of agents. Some of you guys have heard this before, but let's make sure we get on the same page. Agent number 1 is the agent that embraces this. Agent number 1 is the one that says, coach, you tell me what to do and I will do it. And this is the agent that ends up doubling, tripling, and in some cases, even quadrupling their income. And I can go case after case after client after situation after situation and share with you all the before and afters. The people that I've coached from 13 deals and very next year they did 48 deals. The person that went from 24 deals and now all of a sudden they're doing 60 deals. What's the main difference? Database. There's also client number 2. Unfortunately, I have to share with you. And this is the larger percentage of realtors. And the agent number 2 is the agent that avoids it. It's the agent that doesn't embrace it. It's the agent that doesn't go after this source. And what's that agent end up getting? Unfortunately, they get mediocre results. They're kind of left up to whatever, up to the wind. These are the agents that are struggling, sputtering at the bottom, doing 2 deals, 3 deals, 4 deals, 5 deals, 2 deals, 6 deals, and they're just kind of sputtering at the bottom. There's even the good agents that sputter at the 10, 12, 15 deals, 13 deals, 14 deals, but they have an opportunity. Because some people find themselves in a position where they actually have a great database. They come from a very influential type of situation, background. There's a lot of people that know they're the influencers, if you may. But those 10, 12, 15 deal a year type of agents, they have the capabilities of becoming a 20, 30, 40, or even a 50 year agent. I spoke with an agent yesterday, and this agent has been in the business for 10 years. And this agent has been averaging about 6 deals a year. Now, when I broke down this agent's database, we identified that there was about 300 people in that person's database from past clients, family, friends, associates, and vendors. And in that, one of the things we talked about is the rule of 10, which we'll talk about as we continue to move forward. And I asked of this agent, or I told this agent, I didn't ask him. I basically said, you're missing out on an opportunity. And here's the thing, with your database, one source, you have the capabilities of this next year. Heck, let's not get 10%, let's just get 5%. Just 5% of those 300 people, that's 15 transactions. Imagine you being in the business going from 6 deals to 15 deals. But we're not even done. What if we could trickle in a deal 2 or 3 from 2 or 3 other sources? Maybe open houses, and maybe introducing some door knocking, maybe doing some farming, maybe social media. I don't care what the other sources are. This is how I immediately impact most realtors and their business on how they're able to move forward. So you have to decide, and here we are, January 6th, starting a brand new year. You have to decide if this year is going to be different from all of the other years, or is it going to be the same? You have to understand that. Okay. Now, for those of you that are joining us over on Instagram, over on Facebook, over on YouTube, I'm going to encourage you to come join us over on Zoom. What's the benefit of being on Zoom versus the other platforms? Well, it just gives us the opportunity to interact a little bit better. Now, if you don't, that's perfectly fine, no biggie. You can go ahead and type in your questions and we'll address all of those questions. I do have my team behind scenes. Andrew's going to go ahead and forward those messages. And then, of course, Lizette is going to go ahead and ask those questions as they come about. So if you guys have any questions, feel free. Those of you that are on Zoom, you guys get the welcome to vocalize it. Everybody else, go ahead and type it down and we'll go ahead and address those. So with my Zoom people, anybody have any questions that I can address right out the gate? Let's move forward. All right. So here's the challenge, though, that I do have. And the challenge that I have is with the agents, because I will speak to agents at times where they do a good job of generating business from their database. They do 13, 14, or even 15 deals as an example. And of those 15 deals that they do, 12 or 13 of them come from their database. Here's the problem with that. Is that agent, in most cases, they find themselves in a position where they have this false sense of confidence. Because I talk to them and we start talking about database and they go, no, coach, it's okay. I do a great job. I do really good. I'm averaging about a deal a month for my database. So let's talk about something else. Well, the problem is even when we break that down and I identify that agent has 300, 400, even 500 people in the database, well, there's the opportunity to go from 12 deals from the database of the 15 to potentially 20, 30, or even 40 deals. Now, what I'm getting at is this: 35% of your business should not come. So 35% of your business is more or less where you want to be at with your sources. You shouldn't have a source singular where you're getting more than 35%. If you're that agent that's doing 15 deals and 12 of them is coming from your database, you have to look at the alternative sources. Okay. Do you have these alternative sources that you're going after? One of the things I talk about my coaching client or with my coaching clients is you have to be able to generate from 3, 4, and preferably as many as 6 different sources. And I get it. Going back to the example of the person that I just mentioned doing 15 deals, and of the 15 deals, 12 of them came from, their database and 3 of them came from open houses. Awesome. Good for you. You're doing a great job. But let's go find that third, that fourth, and heck, let's maybe introduce that fifth source. Now, in that first year, it could be possible that the database goes from 12 to 15 deals. Could be possible that the 3 open houses goes to 4 open house deals. But what if we introduced another deal from this source, another deal from this other source, and another deal from this other source? This person literally went from 15 deals to now doing as much as 25 deals. But we're not done, because in that second year, everything that went from 12 and 3, that is now 15 and 4 and 1 and 1 and 1, well, now it's now going to 20 and 7 and 3 and 3 and 2. Does that make sense? So I want you to look at your business model and see if this is you. Are you the person that is relying solely on a source? And are you capturing with what I talk about is that 10% rule? Okay. And again, if you guys have any questions, feel free to go ahead and jump right in. Okay, I don't have my other platforms on, so I am relying on my team to go ahead and address some of those questions from the other platforms. Now, let's talk about a couple more things. I'm going to go ahead and share the script here. I'm going to share, the database script. There's the introduction script. Okay. There is the adoption script, and then there's the maintenance script. So we're going to go over all three of the different versions of the database throughout the entire month. Now, we have to understand, going back to, as I mentioned, that our database is our gold mine. Okay. And I get that. I understand there's other sources that we can go after, and your business model might be like, well, coach, I appreciate the information, but I'm really getting a lot of business from this other source, okay? Which is good, okay? Which is good. As an example, if you're doing 15 deals and let's say 10 of them are coming from Zillow as an example, and you're getting 5 from your database, good job, okay? But here's the thing. I still want you to write down and identify who are all of those people that are in your database, okay? Now let's break that down. Who should be in our database? There's 5 categories in our database, okay? And those 5 categories in our database, we have our past clients. Now, if you're new or newer to the business, if you come from a previous background, I have a current coaching client that his background is being a barber for almost 20 years. He has almost 500 clients that he actually was able to service. There you go. Put those people in there. Okay, so regardless of where in a sense you come from. Number 2 is our family. Okay, now I'm not saying the people that you want to call, the people that you want to work. I'm talking about whether they know you and are they 18 or over. Put them down. The third source is going to be your friends. And when I say friends, I use that term loosely because I know some of you are like, well, I keep my circle small. Good. Okay. But if you go to the mall, they run into you and they go, hey, Robert, I haven't seen you in 30 years. Those are the people that you should be having in there. So some of these you might have to scour through your social media. You might have to look through your phone. You might have to look through all of the other sources, your old files, and put those people down. The fourth one is associates. Okay, associates are people that we do business with in the community. Think of a dentist, a doctor, a lawyer, dry cleaners, nail salon, hair salon, barber, all of these people, dog sitter, child sitter, all of these people that you give money to, you should be expecting that money in return, in reciprocation. That's your associates. The fifth one is your vendors. Okay, now your vendors are that of escrow, the attorney, if you're an attorney state, the title rep, the lender, home warranty, termite, your septic person, your roofer, all of the people that help you in your real estate business. Those are the 5 categories that I want to make sure you're identifying and putting these people down on a list. Okay, so put these people down. Now, of those 5 categories that you're putting down on that list, I want you to be able to now separate the husband and the wives as 2 separate entries. 2 separate entries. So in other words, I don't want you to have Bob and Mary Smith on one line. I want you to have Bob Smith, and then on the next line, I want you to put Mary Smith. Where are you going to put it? Put it on an Excel spreadsheet. Keep it simple. Don't make it super duper complicated. Now, when you start to identify, well, let me back up for a second. A large percentage of these people are going to be in your phone. So what I tell my coaching clients, the very first thing out the gate is go through, download, go to your contacts, download all of those people. I understand you're going to have a lot of contacts that make 0 sense. You're going to have ABC Pharmacy. You're going to have Joe's Furniture Store. You're going to have Little Caesars. You're going to have, Delta Airlines. You're going to have all of these different things that are going to be in there that make no sense, which is perfectly fine. You just simply delete, 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 delete. It's way easier than typing in Joe Sanchez. Okay, you get my point. Again, 5 categories: past clients, family, friends, associates, and vendors. Write them down. When you have this list, look at that list and multiply it at 10%. What is that number? What's that number? And are you capturing that amount? And I would venture to say that 99.9999999 and 99 more nines % of you are not capturing that 10%. A large percentage of you are right around 1, 2, or even 3%. So that gap of what it is that you are currently getting and where you should be at the 10% is what I want to work on. Okay. So let's go ahead and share the script here. But before I do, is there any questions, any comments, any concerns, anything that I can address? And again, for those of you that are on other platforms, welcome. Thank you for participating. Again, our team is going to be addressing those. So Andrew, if you can make sure you get those over to Lizette, and then just Lizette, just let me know if there's any questions that we have. All right. Anybody here on Zoom have any questions though?
I have a quick question, Robert. This is Beatrice. When you do your database and you start doing your calls, you haven't touched base with some people in quite some time.
Mhm.
I know that it's a good way to say like, hey, how are you? Don't sell. And can I keep you updated in the business? But if some people are like, oh yeah, I'm not looking to do much in real estate. Oh, we're pretty settled. Thanks so much. It was good catching up with you.
Yep. So part
Then
of it is
what?
the way that we're rolling it out. So let me go ahead and go through that, and let me share with you exactly with what it is that you're asking so that we're on the same page. So in that, I'm going to give you a call. So go ahead and let's role play that. Okay. So that way the audience can see with what I'm expecting. This is what's called the reconnect script. Now, before we go through the role play, Beatrice, I want to make sure the audience understands what's the purpose of the reconnect. Again, a large percentage of you are not calling your database. You're not keeping them up to date. It's been a year, 2, 5, and for some cases, 10 years that you have had this conversation with, your good friend, or a past client. You haven't spoken to them in 5, 6, or 7 years. So you want to be in a position where you're reconnecting with them. We have to remember it's not so much what we say, it's how we say it. So I want to showcase exactly with what Beatrice's concern is with the script that I'm asking of you guys to use. So Beatrice, are you ready so that we can role play and then you show me exactly what's going on and I'll show you exactly how to fix that.
Okay, yes.
All right, so here we go. Again, Beatrice is a good friend of mine. We haven't spoken in 5 or 6 years, and I'm just calling her at random, and I'm just going to use the script. So here we go. Ring, ring.
Hello.
Beatrice.
Oh, hey, Robert.
Hey, yeah, how are you doing? You have a minute for me?
Yeah, I sure do. Gosh, it's been a minute.
Yeah, it has. I was calling you because I was going through my phone and I noticed you and I haven't spoken in what, like 5, maybe 6 years now?
Yeah, that's true. That's very true.
Yeah, exactly. Last thing I wanted to do is just send you some random text. How are you doing? I just wanted to check in. How are you doing?
I'm doing great.
Okay.
Just starting the new year, so gotta roll out those goals.
Yeah, for sure. How's business, by the way? I know you guys have been, I've been following you on social media. How are you doing business-wise?
I'm doing fantastic. Just helping families reach their goals and people get unstuck in their financing.
Yeah.
So I've been doing great.
Good. Well, that's definitely great to hear. Yeah, I follow you on social media. It's so awesome to be able to follow each other. It's such a great opportunity to be able to follow people from that direction. I also see that you and your husband recently went on a vacation. Where'd you guys end up going, by the way?
We just went up to Northern California. That's where my
Oh,
brothers are from, and
okay.
just enjoyed some holiday time
Yeah.
right for the new year.
Yeah, that's super duper cool. Now, where exactly in Northern California did you guys go?
Up in Turlock, California. It's actually right before Modesto. That's probably
Okay.
the place most people know.
Yeah, I am familiar with Turlock. It's actually not too far from me with where I'm at now. So, how long were you there with your brother, by the way?
Just a few days, just right before the new year, just to kind of do that yearly check-in.
Okay, cool. And then what I'm going to do at this point in time, I'm going to go through another minute, 2 or 3, not too long. How are the kids? How's this going on? Hey, I noticed that your son, and if you don't follow them, they're not on social media. It's okay. You just use the same conversation. How are you doing and what'd you do for the holidays? Just be genuine is the point. Now I'm going to shift, which is the area of concern for Beatrice. So I'm going to shift back into the role play. Beatrice, what I also wanted to do is, as you know, I've been doing real estate here for an extended period of time. What I want to do is I want to recommit to you and, of course, get your permission to see if I could check in with you maybe 3, maybe 4 times a year and just kind of give you some updates as to what's going on with real estate. Is that okay with you?
Yeah, sure.
You're supposed to give me the situation you mentioned.
The only thing is, I mean, gosh, the reality is, I don't mind. It's just, I
Mhm.
mean, we're pretty set. We bought the house, gosh, 4 years now, and prices are really high right now. So yeah, I mean, I'm curious to see what's going on. It's just we're not looking to do anything.
Yeah, no, that's perfectly fine. And that's kind of the thing that I'd like to make sure that I do, Beatrice, is stay in touch, number one. And number two is I want to be able to be in a position where I'm educating my friends and my family, and of course, great past client like yourself, in what's going on with real estate. So when you are ready, whether that's 2 years, 3 years, 10 years, or 20 years, I want to be able to have, be that go-to person. And besides yourself, who do you know of that is in looking to do some real estate right now that might be able to use my services?
I mean, a coworker of mine had mentioned that they might be thinking of buying this year, but they really didn't give any time frame or,
Okay.
I mean, it was just kind of a coffee conversation.
Yeah, no worries. Let me do this. I'm going to send you my virtual card. Let's stay in touch. I promise you I'll check in not much more than about 3, maybe 4 times a year. Is there any real estate questions maybe I can answer for you now?
Well, I mean, I see that prices are really high and we bought 4 years ago. So it's just, this isn't our forever home,
Mm-hmm.
but the situation is like, how can people buy right now with such high prices and high rates?
Yeah. And what I'll do is I'm going to address that for the sake of this, with what we're doing this morning. I don't want to go too far on a tangent. So the point of what I'm trying to get at is number one is the reconnection. Number two is you have to be genuinely curious, as in this part. That's really important. And then number three, as now addressing your question, Beatrice, is we have to be very, very careful in regards to when it comes time to that recommitment. Because when they sit there and they say, "Oh, I'm not interested, I'm not looking to do anything from that direction," I just go nonchalant, "Hey, no worries. Whenever you are ready, I'm here for you. By the way, is there any real estate questions that I can help you with? Anything from
Got
that
it.
direction." Okay.
Well, I
And then I'm
noticed
going
the
to close.
conversation already had gone too far because here it says do not exceed 10 minutes. I think we were like at 25 minutes.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, so let's talk about that. So thank you for the segue. So I'm going to go ahead and close it out and just simply say, hey, it was great reconnecting with you. I'll check back in a few months. Okay. Now, call number two, what we're going to do, I'm going to come back and answer your question. On call number two, I'm going to go into the maintenance script. So I'm going to go through, I'm going to role play just the opening to show you how we transition from that call to this call. Are we ready?
Yes.
Okay, so now I'm going to call you in April. Again, you said I'm not ready. I'm not looking to do anything. I'm not looking to do anything anytime soon. Obviously, what you just mentioned to me is the opposite of your original question. So let's just stick to the I'm not looking to do anything right now. Okay.
Okay.
But here we go. Let's role play that second phone call. Ring, ring.
Hello.
Beatrice, hey, it's Robert Villanueva, your realtor. How are you doing this morning?
Oh, I'm good, Robert. Hey, it's good to hear from you again.
Yeah. Well, I promised you I was going to check in. Two things I want you guys to notice. Robert Villanueva, your realtor, I promised you I was going to check in. I want to borrow you for a few minutes to give you that real estate update that I mentioned to you. Do you have about 5 minutes I can borrow?
Yeah, that would be cool. Yeah, sure.
Awesome. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to talk about whatever the topic is, which we'll talk about at a later time. So that's how we transition from call number one to call number two. What does call number three look like? Just the exact same thing. Not role playing it. Beatrice, hey, it's Robert, your realtor. Just wanted to follow up and give you your update. Just wanted to let you know what's going on with the real estate market. You have a few minutes for me. Blah, 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 blah. Are we all on the same page?
Yes. Now I
Good.
get it.
Okay, now let's go back to the other concern. Okay, this is really important. Yes, right here, do not exceed 10 minutes on any of the calls. Why is this important? Here's what ends up happening, especially in that first call. You give them a call, Joe, hey, it's Robert. How you doing, man? It's been about 5, 6 years, blah, 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 blah. Next thing you know, you look at your phone and it's 25 minutes later. But I get off the phone and I'm, man, that was awesome. I'm so glad to hear Joe's doing great. His business is flourishing. His wife is amazing. His kids are doing absolutely great. This dude's having a great life. I love that for Joe. But when I go through and call number two, the reason I want you to deadline at 10 minutes is because when you call number two and I go through, Joe, hey, it's Robert, your realtor. I promised you I was going to check in. Joe's going to go through. Well, he won't even answer. He's going to go through and he's going to go, oh, man, it was great catching up with Robert, but I really don't want to have another 25-minute call with him, because I got to get to work. So you're not you, Beatrice, but yes, indirectly, you're doing more harm than good by going through, reconnecting, and having these long, extended conversations because on call number two, it's going to be way more awkward. People are going to actually be more dismissive because, again, think about it. Right now in today's society, are we more text or are we more phone type of society? We're like 90% text. So people don't like the idea of picking up the phone and taking our calls. But we have to train them. And little by little, we have to put ourselves in a position of being ourselves in a state of being comfortable, of being uncomfortable. Because is this easy? It isn't. It's hard. It's challenging. And I get that and I understand. But what we also don't want to do, this is the reason I say that 10 minutes is drop dead. Okay. Now let me get you back on real quick, Beatrice, because I want to make sure we understand so we're on the same page.
Okay.
Now, on this, how do we get them to get off at 10 minutes? We're deep in a conversation. We're hot, we're heavy, we're like, that's awesome, that's great. Your husband, blah, 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 blah. You went to Turlock, all this other stuff. And I'm like, oh shoot, I'm at 13 minutes. I gotta hang this thing up. How do we do that? So here we go, Beatrice. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go through that actual situation and scenario. Okay. So
Okay.
you're telling me right now, just give me hey, tell me what you did at your brother's.
Oh, so anyways, we were prepping our New Year's dinner, and the kids wanted to play some games and also watch
Oh
some
my gosh.
movies. Yeah,
Beatrice,
it was awesome.
Beatrice, that is
Yeah.
so awesome to hear. I'm so super duper excited about hearing about that. I just realized it's 7:55. I have to prepare for an appointment that I need to attend to in about 5 minutes. Is there any chance I can call you back later today and follow up in regards to this conversation?
Yeah, of course. No, it was great catching up with you anyways, Robert. It was good to hear from you.
Okay, good. There we go. That's the example. Now, is that rude? No, because it happens. We find ourselves in that situation. Now, I could just be like, oh my gosh, Beatrice is talking my ear off. I'm just going to simply just do with what I just did. Now, here's the thing though, in calling them back, 6, 7, 8, or even 9 times out of 10, they're going to say, hey, don't worry about it. It was great catching up with you. We'll talk later on next time, okay? Awesome. Hey, thanks for the call. That's what we're going to get 6, 7, 8, or 9 out of 10 times. Now, the other 1, 2, or 3 times, they say, yeah, give me a call back because I was wanting to tell you or ask you, or hey, did you hear about whatever it is, the gossip? Give them a call back. And when you call them back, pre-emphasize the conversation and just simply, I would go through, Beatrice, hey, it's Robert, just calling you back. Hey, I only have about 10 minutes. I'm actually sitting in front of an appointment that I need to attend to. But hey, I just want to reach back out to you. Share with me, blah, 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 blah. And what's my appointment? My appointment could literally be with Taco Bell. I'm sitting there right there. I'm hungry and I'm just trying to get into the drive-through. They don't need to know what our appointment consists of. You guys get me? Cool. All right. Questions, comments, concerns, observations. Lizette, I don't know if you have any other insights or anything else that maybe you wanted to share with the audience.
Not right now.
Cool. All right. Anybody else have any other questions? Any of the other platforms? Do we have any questions over on Facebook, Instagram, or even on YouTube?
Well, just a thought, Robert. I think what you said was really key because if you eat the conversation up the first time, it's really hard to then. It's like you did all the catch up on the first call. So
Yeah.
there's nothing to really follow up with.
Yeah, the first call, you want to keep it very short, very brief, trying to keep it as professional as you possibly can, but you do have to be genuine. Because if you're dismissive, that's where we make a big mistake of if I go through and I'm just talking to these people and in that conversation, I'm just kind of like, oh yeah, that's good to hear. Oh, you went to Turlock? Oh, okay, that's great. Hey, let me follow up with you a little bit later. But hey, it was great catching up with you, okay? She's going to feel so super dismissed. So I don't want you guys to put yourself in that position. You have to be genuine. In call number 2, sure, use that entire 10 minutes if you need to. I personally prefer to keep my calls within about 5 minutes. The reason why I actually have it in here, if I can borrow you for 5 minutes, do you have 5 minutes? I try to keep it as close to that 5 minutes because I don't want to sit there and have all of this gossip, all of this the extra emotions behind it. I don't want to necessarily put myself in that position. Okay. All right, so let me go ahead and close this thing out. There is a promotion that's going on out there. I know that my team has been sending out emails and texts to everybody, and the promotion is very simple. It's just a New Year's promotion for coaching. We are doing a 50% off the first month of a 6-month contract. If you are looking for coaching, that's only going to be good through the end of this week. So if you want more information, again, I don't hard sell. Okay, coaching only works as if you want it. Now, if you want more information, visit my website. Again, it's very simple. You see my handle, www.therobertvillanueva.com. There's going to be a lot of things that are going to roll out. So for my current coaching clients, you guys are already getting great information. I'm hoping you guys are seeing the value. There's going to be more. And for those of you that are not in coaching, I'm going to highly encourage you to at least take the questionnaire that is on my website. The questionnaire is just, is coaching for me? Okay. If coaching is for you, great. Okay. Then feel free to, let's take a look. So actually, we do have some questions here. Let's see on the chat. All right. So Shelly's asking, what about when they tell you their life story? That's what I get when I call. It's good people that open up to me. And that goes back to a little bit of what I just mentioned, Shelly, with Beatrice. All you want to do is keep it right at that 10 minutes. Okay. And you can preface, especially if you know you're talking to an expressive. I'm going to go through, Shelly, hey, it's Robert, you're a realtor. Hey, I wanted to give you a quick call. I have an appointment that's going to be coming up here in about 15 minutes. But before I attend that meeting, I just wanted to give you a quick little call and give you an update as to what's going on. So if you know you're going to be talking to an expressive, as an example, or somebody who is that person, then what I want you to do is I want you to just simply let them know, hey, in advance, I'm going to be attending to an appointment. So that way it gives you the opportunity to say, hey, you know what? It was so great catching up with you. I do have to attend that appointment. They just walked in a little bit early, as an example. All right, everybody. Thank you guys for being here. Again, we're going to continue to work on this. Okay. And we're going to continue to work on how do we capture more business? How do we get that 10%? We're going to go over the database intro script, the database reconnect script, the maintenance script, and we're going to go over all three of those throughout the entire month. So do not put yourself in a position where you miss out, because it's like a movie. If you take a bathroom break for 10, 15 minutes, you come back, it could be a completely different conversation. I'm going to encourage you to continue to show up. Thank you all for being here on time. I always want to start on time, finish on time. So
Sorry,
I will
Robert.
see you guys today at 1 o'clock. I'll see you guys soon. Thank you.